Writing a letter to your baby after pregnancy or infant loss can be a really powerful step towards healing. It's not just about saying goodbye, it's also about honouring the bond that you share, processing your emotions, and finding comfort. So today I'm going to share 7 tips on how to write a letter to your baby. Hi, my name is Rosie. I am the founder of Healing After Infant Loss, and I myself have been through 4 pregnancy losses. So let's discuss how to write a letter to your baby with love and compassion. So step number 1 is to acknowledge the bond that you shared between you and your baby. It doesn't matter whether you're a couple of days pregnant, a couple of weeks, or even a couple of months. Pregnancy loss is still pregnancy loss, and it's still important to grieve and to acknowledge the connection and the bond that you shared with your baby. So you might want to start the letter with something like, "Hi loved one," or "Hi little bean," or "Hey peanut," if you have a cute little name for them. Otherwise it could be like, "Hi my love," or "Hello lovely," "Dear loved one," "Dear baby." It could be any kind of array of these. Choose something that feels personal to you and your baby. And then you could continue on with something along the lines of expressing how wanted they were and how much you loved them. So it could be something like, "Hi baby peanut," or "Hi little one. I just want to say how much you were deeply loved and how much we wanted you so badly." Step 2 is to express unspoken feelings. So when we experience infant loss, we feel a whole array of emotions. It might be fear, it might be sadness, it might be love, it might be compassion to ourselves and to our baby. There might be a whole host of emotions, and it's really important to write this down in the letter. So you might want to say something along the lines of, "Oh my gosh, I felt so happy, so joyful, so overwhelmed when I found out I was pregnant with you. You really lit up my whole life. I was so happy to find out I was pregnant, to get that positive pregnancy test after so many negatives." Or you could write something along the lines of, "I'm feeling so sad today. I'm deep in my grief. I'm so sorry that you're gone. I am really sad. I'm really struggling and I really miss you. I wish I could feel you kicking inside my tummy." You know, it's okay to express all these emotions that maybe are hard to say out loud to friends and family, but it's okay to write that down into a letter for your baby. So write as if you're talking to them. So it could be, "I miss you so much. I love you so much. You were so wanted. I felt so happy when I knew I was pregnant with you. I felt so much fear for the future, and unfortunately you went too early. I will miss you forever. I'm feeling sad today. I'm feeling anxious. I am angry at the world." It's okay to feel angry, and it's okay to write that down and kind of get your emotions out of your head and out of your body onto a piece of paper for your little baby. Step 3 is to share your hopes and dreams for the baby. So oftentimes when people find out they are pregnant, they plan a lot of the future with the baby. So it might be things like baby names, it might be where they're going to sleep, it might be ideas for the nursery, it might be which school they're going to go to, it might be which holidays you're going to go on. It might be all these different scenarios that you plan within the first couple of days or weeks or months of pregnancy. And then when that pregnancy comes to an end, you feel like all of these dreams and all these wishes haven't come true. So I think it's quite a nice idea to write them down and to say to your baby exactly what you hoped would have happened for them. So maybe, "I was so excited to hold you in my arms. I was really excited to try breastfeeding. I couldn't wait to see your smile. I really wish I'd known what colour eyes you had. I really wanted to listen to your laughter. I was looking forward to pushing you on the slide at the park. I couldn't wait to take you to my favourite holiday destination. I was so looking forward to Christmas or Easter or birthdays." Whatever it is, all of these hopes and dreams that you had for your baby, it's okay to write them down, express them and let them out. And I think it's a really nice way to sort of tell the baby how much they were wanted, how much you had planned for them. And although this might bring up some really difficult emotions, some sadness, some anger, some guilt, you might feel lots of different emotions here, so please just be gentle with yourself and just do as much as feels okay for you today in this moment. Step number 4 is to acknowledge your pain and your healing journey. So with this section, it's important to acknowledge the pain that you've experienced and also your healing journey and your healing process so far. Being super honest with your feelings can help release any guilt that you might be feeling, any shame, any resentment, and also any regret. But it would also show yourself how resilient you are and how far you've come with your healing journey. So some of the things you might say is, "This is one of the hardest things I've ever been through. I have never known a pain like it. However, I am learning to find peace." Try to dig into the depths of your emotions and really express this within the letter. So, "This is the hardest thing I've ever been through. I couldn't imagine ever going through this. It's the worst thing ever." It's okay to say it's the worst thing ever. However, I am healing. Yesterday I had a laugh with my friends. Or today I really enjoyed my coffee. It's okay to kind of balance the pain and the healing that are going alongside each other, because it is a journey. and you will fluctuate between the two and probably lots of other emotions as well. Step 5, express gratitude for their presence. Even though you only had a short time together, I think it's really important to express the gratitude you have for the time that you did have together. Again, whether it's a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months. I have been through all different stages of loss. So I had my first miscarriage at 5 weeks. I think I'd known for about 2 or 3 days, 5 days at max. And then I also had an abortion at 26 weeks once I'd already felt him kicking. I already picked out a name. We'd already planned all these different things. So no matter what stage of pregnancy or infant loss you experienced, it's really important to express gratitude for the fact that they were a part of your life for no matter how long it actually was. It can be so powerful to write down in a letter to your baby how happy they made you feel, how much joy they brought into your life, how much love they brought into your life. Because when you want to get pregnant and you find that positive pregnancy test, it is overwhelming joy. And especially the first pregnancy, I know that if you've experienced a couple of losses, you can lose that excitement and it can feel slightly different. But you know there is love inside you, there's this little baby growing, and you can feel so happy, so much joy, so much peace, alongside some worry and some hesitation and some anxiety. I think, again, once you've gone through a couple of losses, it's normal to feel sad and emotional and anxious, and also happy and joy and love. It's okay to feel both. So I think expressing the gratitude you have for them for coming into your life is really important. So you might want to say things like, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me for however many weeks or months it was. Your presence has taught me so much about strength, about resilience, about love, about gratitude. You know, try and find some things in there that you can write to your baby that feel personal, but ways that you are expressing gratitude for them. Maybe it's something like, I told my sister when I was pregnant and it brought us so much closer. Or maybe actually losing you brought me closer to my partner because we both experienced this deep grief together. There are always lessons to learn, and this is going to sound tough, but there are things to be grateful for. Even when going through infant loss, you do learn things along the way. And I know that that might trigger some people because when you're going through loss, you don't want to feel grateful for anything. And I completely understand that. I was in the same place as well. But if you can try, this might be a really nice step for you to do to add into the baby's letter. Step number 6 is to find closure, but this is only relevant if and when you are ready. Do not rush this step. So step number 6 is only for people that feel ready to have some sort of closure or to say goodbye. So this might not be relevant for everybody. Maybe you want to leave the letter open-ended and not say goodbye, not close the chapter, not say those words, because I know that might feel way too painful right now, and that is completely okay. Leave the letter open, skip this step. But if you do feel ready, here are a couple of things that you might want to say. I will carry you with me always, I think is a really beautiful one to say. Until we meet again is another really nice one. You might want to say goodbye and then maybe a little name or a nickname that you had picked out. So goodbye little bean, or farewell, I wish you well, I love you, I'm sorry, goodbye. You know, there's kind of any of these sort of goodbyes or closures you might want to add into the letter. But again, if this feels like too much, please skip this step. It's not essential at all. And I think closure looks different for everybody. So if this isn't what's going to work for you, that's absolutely fine. You can do that another way. And step number 7 is affirmation to close the letter. So it'd be nice to end the letter with an affirmation or a statement of hope. This might be something that you wish for yourself for the future, or it might be a promise that you make to your baby to honour them. So an example might be, I will keep your memory close to my heart, or I will remember you every single day, or I will look at my scan picture and give it a kiss every morning before work. Or an affirmation for yourself might be, you know, it's okay for me to start my healing journey. Or it's okay for me to grieve, but it's also okay for me to move on and try and get pregnant again. There's lots of different affirmations. It's all going to be personal to you, but try and think of something that you can close the letter off with. It's either an affirmation for yourself and for your future. So, you know, I hope to heal from this pain, or I hope to never feel this amount of pain forever. Or, you know, I'm on a healing journey and I will get better week by week. I will honour my baby. I will talk about my baby at Christmas. I will celebrate their birthday every year. I will grieve their loss every year. There's all these different things where it's like either an affirmation for yourself and for your future, or it's a promise or a way to honour your baby moving forwards. So before you start writing the letter, here are a couple of additional tips just to help you moving through with this process. The first thing to know is that everybody is going to be different with writing a letter. It's a very, very personal thing to do. I encourage you to go at your own pace, and also know there is no right or wrong way to do this. What I've said today is simply just a layout. It's just an idea. It's just one way to write a letter. If this doesn't resonate with you, if this is not what you want to do, go ahead and do something different, or maybe take parts of what I said and leave other things. There's absolutely no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever feels best for you. The next thing I want to say is it's okay if this process of writing a letter to your baby brings up really, really strong emotions. That's okay. Just make sure that you look after yourself with some self-care. If you want to speak to a therapist or a counsellor or a mentor or something like that, that is also a possibility, but just take it slow, look after yourself. You might feel anger, you might feel sad, you might feel resentment or shame or guilt. There's so many emotions that come up with infant loss, so please be gentle with yourself and just know that you are okay. And if you want help, please reach out and find somebody who can help you. The next thing I will say is to probably keep this letter in a safe place. It's up to you whether you share it with your partner or your family or friends, or if you want to keep it super personal and keep it just for you. But I would recommend keeping it somewhere safe, whether that is on an iCloud, if you take a photograph, if you've written it on paper, maybe keep it on an iPad, or even write it on your phone so it's always in your notes section, and make sure it's backed up to the cloud, so if you lose your phone, you've always got access to the letter. If you write it using pen and paper, make sure you keep that somewhere safe. Like I said, maybe do take a photograph so it's stored on a cloud somewhere, or keep it in a safe, or keep it in a box, maybe a memory box or somewhere so you can always go back to it. And actually a nice idea might be to set a nice quiet space and read the letter. Maybe you read it after you've written it, maybe you read it a week later or a year later. But this is something that you can do year on year if you want to, or month on month. You can write different letters. It's not just you write one, one and done. You can write as many letters as you want, and they might change and fluctuate, and some letters might be happy, some letters might be sad, some letters might be healing and moving on and moving forwards, but always remembering the pregnancy and the baby that you had. So the way that you do this is completely personal to you, and it's your journey. And the last thing I want to say is when you write a letter, I would recommend being somewhere quiet, somewhere maybe on your own, unless you want to do it with a partner or a friend or family member who is particularly close to you. Maybe you write a letter each, but have somewhere calm, have somewhere maybe with some relaxing music on, maybe do a meditation beforehand, so you're really in yourself. You're not kind of here, there and everywhere. Calm yourself down, really connect in with the moment and in with your emotions and how you're feeling, and I think that will really provide a lot of value versus it being rushed on a train or whatever it is on your commute to work. Try and set aside some time where you can sit and be calm and be with yourself, and again, allow these emotions to come up, but just know that it's okay, and having strong emotions is all part of the healing journey. So the affirmation for the week is, I honor your memory and allow myself to feel everything that arises, trusting that healing will come in its own time. I'll say that again. I honor your memory and allow myself to feel everything that arises, trusting that healing will come in its own time. And I think that's really important to allow the feelings of guilt, grief, shock, denial, whatever it is that comes up for you. You can allow those, you can write them down, but you can also trust that you will heal in your own time and you will move forward from this. You will not always feel this sad. Time really does heal all wounds, and I know a lot of people don't like that saying either, but it really, really does. I am with you. If you ever want to message me on Instagram or send me an email, all of my information is down below. If you're struggling through this, I am here for you. I promise you, you're not alone. You have support, and yeah, I'm there for you. And the book recommendation for the week is Writing to Heal, a guided journal for recovering from trauma and emotional upheaval by James W. Pennebaker. This book guides readers through the process of expressive writing, a practice proven to help people process and heal from trauma. James, a leading researcher in expressive writing, provides insights, prompts, and practical advice for using writing as a tool for emotional recovery, making it a valuable resource for anyone dealing with loss or trauma. This book can provide both inspiration and practical exercises for those looking to explore their emotions through writing, whether it's a letter to a lost loved one or other forms of self-reflective journaling. So I will leave the link to that Amazon book down in the description box down below if you want to go ahead and shop that. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you do write a letter to your baby and if this video was helpful. I'm sending you so much love on your healing journey. I'm so sorry you're experiencing infant loss, and I'm here for you. Bye everyone.